Mr. President, it will give us a fighting chance. Observation. Most of the developed nations, the tendency is to win more in the Olympics, and because they're better funded, their nutrition is better, they have access to better coaches, and it's true that the rise in our economy comes also the natural rise in sports development and talent development. Mr.
You
President.
are always going to Singapore, as I used to do when I was younger. I thought you were a Singaporean, quite frankly.
No.
When you were in Senator Dillon, I thought he was a Singaporean.
Senator Dillon said I look like a student, Mr. President.
No, you were looking at the ladies where they were firing. One eye was looking at the other. Well, Mr. Levity aside, my point is Singapore is a very rich country. They have a developed armed force, they have a developed economy. How many gold medals have they won? So it's not the gold medal. It's the status of a community of people that are endowed, inspired, motivated to excel and to compete. And that is the essence of it all.
That's true, Mr. President.
On that note, Mr. President, I will vote for this.
Thank you, Mr.
measure.
President. Thank you for the wonderful suggestion, Mr. President. It will continually enrich the proposal, Mr. President.
Thank you.
All right. Just out of curiosity, I've been in the sports arena for a long time. Do they have this in other countries, the high school for sports?
Yes, Mr. President. In Southeast Asia, I showed earlier, in Singapore, they have Malaysia, they have Thailand, Mr. President. These are the countries that have a specialized sports school, Mr. President.
Yes, but Indonesia and like the Philippines, we have over 100 million population, right?
Yes, Mr. President.
Okay.
Correct.
The population of Sweden is 10 million. They have 652 gold medals in total. In the last Olympics, they added again another 2 gold medals, 6 silvers, 3 bronzes. Population of 10 million. Serbia has a population of 8 million. As of the last Olympics, they have won 2 golds, 4 silvers, and 2 bronzes. Does it have anything to do with genes? The Philippines with 100 million, not a single gold medal.
Mr. President, I think the Senate President is a former athlete, Mr. President. I think that question can be best answered by the experience and observation of the Senate President. But personally, Mr. President, I believe it's a combination of the proper training, the early intervention, Mr. President, because the early intervention is also very important. And we've seen the Senator Gordon mentioned Kai Sotto. He's a 16-year-old who is being trained in a specialized basketball school, Mr. President. So if we give early intervention and the right intervention, I truly believe that we can develop Olympic athletes, Mr. President. This is my own personal...
we hope this is the silver bullet, so that the thinking that it might have something to do with the genes is incorrect.
Mr. President, it will give us a fighting chance.
All right.
This is a fighting chance for us, Mr.
All right.
President.
Senator Hontiveros is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just one question or point to which I would appreciate the comments of the good sponsor. I was actually starting to become uncomfortable with some earlier talk about super facilities for super athletes trained by super coaches. Although I appreciate the role of